the more you evolve, or the more you learn, or the happier you become, or not even the more wise, because wisdom is changing all the while. As I said, once upon a time, if someone said to me, well, I would be afraid to go out because I wouldn't get back, I'd said, oh, you always get back. You get back if you want to get back. Sometimes you're not allowed. Like the time I saw my death. I saw what was going to happen. I thought, okay. But I didn't know it was me. I just saw this old woman, lying in a bed. She'd got paraphernalia, tubes, coming out of her. She's lying in the bed. And I was stuck inside her, and I couldn't get out. I know that there are lots of loving people from Feathers who have been through this, and we have told them. I couldn't get out. And I was so damn scared. And what's more, so was that poor woman that I was there inside of. She could feel my consciousness. She could feel me panicking. And she was saying, shush, don't do that. They'll give me. And then she said this word. And I recognized it as a nurse. And it was a kind of opiate. Don't, she said, be calm, be quiet. Or they will give me this. And then I saw that there was a man sitting beside her bed. This man's just on the bed. And in that moment, when I realized that I was being a pest to this person, I was back and I was out. And I was so shocked. I came downstairs. And as I came down the stairs and walked into the room, so the computer switched itself on. Kabing. Go and write that down, Dodie, which I did. And there's some, again, there's a collusion. There is a working process going on between the person that wants to know, the person that wants to live, the person that wants to sleep, the person that doesn't want to be out, the person that doesn't want to be out, the person living in 1896, the person living in 2012, the person living in 2050. All of those beings that move. So, out of body, no. Sharing consciousness. I think that I have so many experiences that was why the books were given. The books were, if you like, given to me. Go write them down. As in, say, Second Chance, when Adelia dreams she's walking through a wall and she sees wonderful Alexander lying in bed, and she sees there's a gun under his pillow, and she thinks, what's he doing, bringing a gun into my house? When you're out of body, you can go through walls. In Ghost, if you remember in Ghost, Patrick Swayze is killed. The body dies, and he finds himself in a situation for a reason. And as you learn at the end of the film, the reason is to bring this darkness to bear, this friend of his, to bring justice, really. And to bring justice. But when he first is in this state, he doesn't know what to do. And at one point you see him test himself on the door. He wants to go through the door. He thinks the door's shut, therefore I can't go through. And then he thinks, but I'm dead, should be able to go through. So he puts his hand on it, and it's like, and then he's through it. First time I walked through the wall, it was exactly like that. My consciousness said, you can't get through that. That's a wall. You can't get through that. You'll get stuck in the middle if you do. So I was always stuck. So I tested the wall, and it was like dry porridge. That's the best way to describe it. And you go, you come through the other side. That's all of those early stuff that you do, because the working operative, i.e. the body in the bed, is really very much in control there, and very wisely so, because you can do some damn daft stuff out of body if you don't have your mentor, thank God for them, and that living desire to live. You can stick yourself in some weird things. I rolled out of my body once to find, I don't know what it was really. It was, the top half was, it was like pan, really. Yeah, I guess the top half was like, your actual goat with the things like that, and the bottom half was furry, but with a man's furry bits as well. Very, very, very threatening, very big. And I fought him, because out of body, you're not scared of anything really, on that level. If it's in your métier, if it's in your guise, put up your dukes. You can fight them. You can fight an army. Once you know. And I fought him and fought him and fought him. And I got him and I crunched him down into nothing, until suddenly the human me says, what in hell's name are you doing? And I opened my hands and he sprang up again, just as big as ever he was. And I was back in bed and waking up and thinking, bleh. Those are the things you do. And you miss some tricks. Oh, God, you miss some tricks. I missed a big one. Oh, God, I'll never forget it. My husband always lies on my right. So, and he would always sleep that way. So he sleeps towards his right. And I just get all over the place. This particular night, I woke up and I thought, oh, Dennis is holding my hand. And I thought, but he's holding my other hand too. Oh. And I realized that what it was, my hands were like this on the pillow, and two hands were holding mine, as if to say, come on. Now, I'm telling you this for a reason, because there's someone out there that will exactly have this happen to them, and I don't want them to do what I did. I panicked, and I said, go away, go away, go away. And the hands just let go of me, which is an awful shame, because it held me back, because I realised afterwards, you silly bitch, you should have, because I just knew that there was the most wonderful invitation then, because his hands here were warm, and that's why I think he's behind me, because he thinks if I show her my face, she might tell me to bugger off again. His hands were warm and kind, and I was a coward, and I don't want you to do that. If you ever find yourself in that place where someone is offering you their hands, not pulling you, just offering, say, I go with God, and you go. I don't know. I don't look at my clock. What am I doing to you guys? Am I making you incredibly late? What time is it? Oh, 5 minutes then. I've only told you I've rambled here and there because I know that some people will be in various stages and others far beyond me, so that's fine. But in the baby stages, some of these things will happen. And I don't want you to be afraid, because there's absolutely no reason to be. Because, you see, I believe in God. I don't believe in the God that smites people or anything like that. I believe in the good spirit condensed into God. I believe that power exists, and that the beautiful people like Jesus and Buddha, the living structures that come ignited with that goodness, are facets of that illumination. I believe in Martians, but then, see, and I believe in, not Martians per se, not like little Marv the Martian, but of beings from other galaxies and of beings from inner worlds, and have met them. I believe in the life of colour. And then you get to the big stuff. You start to have to realise that if you do that, you must believe in the life and soul of an animal, and of a tree,